Our solar system is amazing. We have a big yellow star called the Sun and 8 weird, wonderful planets that go around it. We have hot rocky worlds like Mercury and Venus, and we have cold, gassy giants like Neptune and Uranus. There's even a dwarf planet named Pluto, even though some people don't think it counts anymore. But when we look at our solar system, we're only seeing half the picture because there is a lot of space above and below that flat pancake of planets and moons. So what exactly is up there? There are Now, comets aren't exactly easy to track because their paths are weird, unlike most objects in the solar system, including Pluto, that mostly stick to the flat plane of the ecliptic comets. Fly in from all sorts of angles. You could say that comets run parallel to the Earth. Sometimes they pass the planet so close that they appear to skim along its surface. But where are they coming from? How can we tell that they're coming from above or below the ecliptic? That's a great question. And you know what? I actually have the answer for you, and it's the Oort Cloud. The Oort Cloud is a giant, very far away shell of rock and ice. It surrounds the Sun and all of the planets, and it extends roughly 100,000 O from the Sun. 1 O is the average distance between the Sun and the Earth, or about 150 million kilometers. So the Oort Cloud is pretty darn far away. This cloud is what scientists think is responsible for those long-period comets we see every now and then. Because the Oort Cloud is so far away, these comets take hundreds or even thousands of years to pass by the Sun. Scientists have never seen the Oort Cloud directly. It's too far away for any telescope to detect. But based on the number of comets that pass by Earth and computer models of the solar system, astronomers have good reason to believe that it exists. It's basically like if you saw a bunch of frisbees flying past you at weird angles. You would probably assume there was a frisbee launcher somewhere off screen. Now, you're making me want to throw a frisbee. But anyway, the Oort Cloud isn't the only thing above or below the planets. There's also the heliosphere is the area around the solar system that is dominated by the Sun, has energy and magnetic fields. It starts at the boundary of the planets and extends about 120 astronomical units into space before abruptly stopping at the edge of the heliopause. Inside the heliosphere is the hell shock, a wall of supercharged plasma that separates the solar wind from the interstellar medium, the stuff between star systems. The heliosphere acts like a bubble protecting us from harmful radiation, and that bubble has been pushed and pulled into a weird shape that looks sort of like a teardrop. As the solar system zips along through the galaxy, the interstellar medium pushes against the heliosphere, but it can't penetrate it. But the interstellar medium does push the heliosphere into a warped shape. Oh yeah, before I forget, did you know that outside of the heliosphere, we wouldn't be able to see the Sun in the sky? We'd just see another star twinkling in the darkness. The heliosphere doesn't just protect us from the interstellar medium. It also shields us from something else. The local interstellar cloud. The local interstellar cloud is a huge chunk of gas and dust that the solar system is currently passing through. This particular cloud is relatively empty compared to other parts of the galaxy. But that doesn't mean it's empty. There is still enough gas and dust, and the way that stars born within it shine dimly, compared to brighter stars born in other clouds. When it comes to star formation, the local cloud is kind of a dim bulb. It turns out that the solar system entered this cloud about 200,000 years ago. And we will leave it for another 20,000 years. If that seems like a long time, remember that the Sun is about 4.6 billion years old. 200,000 years is just a brief pause in its existence. Anyway, the solar system isn't the only thing navigating the local cloud. There are other stars and their solar systems that have their own These heliospheres are all pushing against each other, creating a tangled web of magnetic fields. But if the heliospheres are keeping us safe from the interstellar medium and the local cloud, what's keeping us safe from the local bubble? If you take a step back from the solar system and look out into the universe, you'll eventually see something strange. Most of space is empty. And I mean really, really empty. It's a near-perfect vacuum. The closest star to us is Proxima Centauri, about 4.2 light-years away. That means it takes light over 4 years to travel from that star to us. But here's the thing. Space isn't empty everywhere. There are places where stars gather together in groups, forming clusters of cosmic friendship. Then there are places where stars are barely hanging on, held together by gravity, forming clusters of cosmic drama. And then there's most of space, which is just empty. It's like walking into a party. Some parties are packed with people chatting and laughing, and others have just a few people awkwardly sipping their drinks. That's what space is like. Most of it is just empty, and that's okay. Space is big. We've only explored a tiny part of it, but the emptiness is also an opportunity. It lets us study the universe without getting distracted by all the noise. That's why we love space so much. It's peaceful, quiet, and full of wonder. And speaking of wonder, check out this cool space fact. Did you know that in space, sound waves can travel over 10 times faster than they do on Earth? Yeah, I didn't know that either. Until recently, and it's mind-blowing to think about how sound travels differently in space than it does here on our little blue planet. It makes you realize how much we have yet to learn about the universe, and how lucky we are to be alive during a time when humans can explore space and make incredible discoveries. It is a privilege to be alive during a time when we're rediscovering so much about the universe, and I feel so grateful to be able to share that wonder with you. Thank you for being a part of this community and for joining us on this incredible journey of discovery. But anyway, the local bubble is a huge, empty space in the constellation of Canis Major. It's roughly 300 light-years across and contains only a few dozen stars. This is a huge deal because it's an unusually empty region in space. The bubble was created by 2 supernova explosions that happened about 1 million years ago. Supernova are the most violent events in space. When a star dies, it can explode with the force of 1 billion atomic bombs. And when a star explodes, it blasts out a huge amount of energy, creating a shock wave that can travel for thousands of light years. This shock wave heats up the gas and dust in the interstellar medium, creating a bubble of space that's been blown away from the rest of the galaxy. It's like when you blow up a balloon and then pop it. The air inside the balloon expands rapidly, but once the balloon pops, the air rushes back together and the balloon collapses. The same thing happens with the local bubble. The supernova explosions pushed out the gas and dust. But as time goes on, the interstellar medium will collapse back in on itself. We're lucky to be in the right place at the right time. Since we're passing through the bubble right now, leaving the local bubble behind, the solar system will enter the galactic halo. This is a spherical region around the Milky Way that contains older stars and a lot of dark matter. The galactic halo is where the sun and the planets are located. But if you're looking for stars, you won't find many here. The halo is mostly empty space. The stars that are here are mostly old and red, which means they've been around for a long time. They're also moving really fast. If you ever see a shooting star, it's probably a star in the galactic halo. So what's up? And no, I don't mean what's literally above the solar system. I mean what's happening. Is there anything new and exciting going on? Are there any updates or changes that I should know about? Oh, you want me to talk about our solar system and its surroundings? Okay, sure. Why not? Well, first off, there's nothing really up there. Like, literally, there's nothing above the solar system, except maybe a few stray comets and other interstellar debris. For the most part, space is just empty. It's a near-perfect vacuum. But even in that near-perfect vacuum, there's still stuff going on. There's the heliosphere, which is the bubble of space around the solar system that is influenced by the sun's magnetic field. It's kind of like the sun's personal space bubble, and it's constantly pushing against the interstellar medium, the stuff between star systems. That constant push and pull is creating a weird, tangled mess of magnetic fields. And if you're a fan of magnetic fields, this is the place to be. Not to mention that we're constantly passing through different parts of the galaxy. Right now, for example, we're passing through a giant cloud of gas and dust called the local interstellar cloud. And as we move through it, we're picking up all kinds of cool stuff like carbon, oxygen, and iron. We're also leaving behind our own bubble of gas and dust, which is called the local bubble. And that bubble is expanding at about 6 miles per second. That's about 22,000 miles per hour. So yeah, there's a lot going on up there, even if it doesn't seem like it. And hey, if you're enjoying the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.